are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Seattle Seahawks and the Los Angeles Rams. And off we go from SoFi Stadium. Cordero Patterson to return it, bringing it out of the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
First and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
Go! Here we go. Baseball zero. Baseball zero.
They start on the ground with McCaffrey. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down. Well, this defense for the Rams, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope he'll recover.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he's able to get up here to the 26. That one, a first down.
For him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down. Otherwise, it's going to be a long afternoon.
Ready?
Coming to you. Come on.
Here we go.
Ready?
Opening carry of the game for Cordero Patterson. And he powers his way up past the 30.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Left side to Lamb. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle.
Well, this is an awfully tough route to defend in man coverage because he lines up on the right and then runs a crossing route back to the other side of the field. So as a defender, you're not only trailing him the whole way, you're also looking out for your own guys to make sure you don't get yourself picked off. And then you can't catch up in time to prevent the completion.
Head the street. Head the street.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And some space here. And he's going to be shoved out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 57 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation. We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
Back to the ground on first, it's McCaffrey. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on first and second down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
19 tight. 19 tight.
Looking to throw on second down. Wakefield. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. Touchdown! His first career touchdown pass, and it's cliche to say, but he's probably been envisioning this since he was a little kid. That's a cool moment.
It really is. So enjoy the moment, enjoy the time, celebrate, save the full reflection for later, but make sure you grab someone on the sidelines and say, hey, make sure I get that football, okay?
Let's go. 60 minutes.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Taken from about the 12. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. So already not the best of kick returns there, but that penalty, that adds insult to injury and backs him up even closer to the goal line.
Yeah, not ideal field position to begin a drive, is it? Because the extra pressure now goes on the offense. They've got to get some early yards and get away from the shadow of their own goalposts. What every offense wants to do in this situation, get 2 first downs to help out with field position at the least.
Now a give to Jacobs running right, and just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now Jones. He'll get this underneath to Jacobs, and he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
Throwing, Jones. Wide open receiver, complete. Through the middle of the field. He's got room past the 30. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. That was so well timed. Just a perfect throw on the slant.
Hit him on the move, didn't he? Now he's going against the grain of the defenders coming over to try and stop him. That allowed for that additional yardage downfield.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. Heck of a broken tackle and able to work this down near the 23. And the Rams at 2-0 here to begin the season. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And down inside the 15 he goes. It's a Rams first down on a pickup of 10. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
And this carry terminated at the 8-yard line. Good stick skill showing the power, but just not much room to operate. Back to throw. Jones. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
Here's Jones. Throwing on 4th down. Touchdown, Rams. From 8 yards out, and the Rams are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Watch the fake, watch the fake.
Throwing to start the drive. Wakefield got it complete to Khalil Shakir. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. It's a gain of 15, first down Seahawks.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him. And I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect.
Second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
18, pioneer.
Looking to throw. Wakefield. Got a man, it's Patterson, complete. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
I know this may be jumping the gun a little bit, but 7-7, they're flinging it around like crazy. Look at the drive that's going on here. Partner, we may have to start thinking about one of these defenses just holding someone to a field goal and maybe trying to get an advantage that way.
Hiking, 18.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Short little throw to Ebron. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. The Seahawks moving pretty well through the air. Another first down.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
Right there, hurt. Roll.
McCaffrey on the counter. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And the Rams defense gets to him again behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Even in today's NFL, when we think of the tight end position now as really a glorified wide receiver, we're still asking a lot of those guys. They have to block as well, and every now and then, they don't come down with the football.
Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Not good at all. Punt of just 24 yards there. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
The Rams with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up this. And some room to maneuver. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. Only needed 1 yard. He said, I'll get you more than that.
Yeah, yard, piece of cake, right? And if you're a defender, seeing the back of the jersey and being able to read his name, not a good thing. That means you're in chase mode. That didn't go well for them on that snap.
51 yards on the ground for him so far.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Jones now on third down. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 34 yards. So now following the big play, they've got a first and goal all the way down at the 10. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
They'll pitch this out to Pollard. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
On third down, here comes Jacobs. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. Now Jake Elliott for the field goal try. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. The kick by Elliott is good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. The last series form a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it'll be second down.
At the 38-yard line.
Up the gut, McCaffrey. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle. Well, he's broken off some big-time runs here in this first half.
Man, let's just face it. When you go into a game, you think you've got the plays that are going to work, but when you actually get out there and they're starting to happen, your confidence rises, and he's running with terrific ability right now.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Eluding the... And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Flying in for that sack, Aiden Hutchinson. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance.
Under pressure, and they got to him again.
Let's go now.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
Like what I see so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts.
Oh, here come the Rams, and they get it. It's blocked. It's picked up, and this is a live ball, remember. And he will score. Touchdown, L.A. A great effort there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Rams are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Elliott now to add the extra point. It's good to make it 17-7.
Makes the score Rams 17, Seahawks 7.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Patterson going to bring this out of the end zone. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Come on.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They find themselves down 17-7 as they start this drive first and 10. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Back to throw. Wakefield. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Here we go.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Off the bootleg. Wakefield out to his left. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started.
And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. Oh, but this is going to backfire as it's intercepted. And the Rams are going to take possession of the football. So the fake punt, a daring call this deep in their own end, and the end result, certainly not what they were hoping for.
I have to admit, I admire their daring, but I actually would like this play call better if it's between the 40s here. The problem is, even if the ball's not intercepted and it's just incomplete, you're still giving away half a field's worth of possession.
They find some open field here. Gets past one man. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7.
Tackled at the 7-yard line. First and goal at the 7-yard line.
Here's Jacobs. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. They'll run with Jacobs. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Josh Jacobs. A 5-yard touchdown run. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. That option pitch we saw, we don't witness a ton of that in the NFL, but it worked there down near the goal line for a score.
And it's actually a great call in goal line situations because as more and more quarterbacks enter the league with that mobility and having run option in college, more pro teams are adding it to their arsenal. And now it's not just, does the quarterback run it? Does he pitch it? Now they've added that third element. He can rise up and throw the ball as well.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's going to be taken down inside the 10 at about the 8-yard line.
Anytime you field a kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
82 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Here's Jack Fox on to punt.
Let's go. Who there? Who there?
Close left. Over right. Over right.
Let's go. Let's go.
Let's go. Get it, baby.
Hey, come on now. Let's not disappoint. Let's not disappoint.
He's not going to get me.
And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. I know, without even asking, without even looking in your direction, that you are not a fan of that call.
Oh, I wish you would look, Brandon, because I was actually thinking this would be the perfect time for a fake.
Right.
Yeah, you're right. This doesn't make any sense to me at all. This deep in your own territory. Look, I'm all for being unconventional. That part's cool, and I get it. But this deep, I just don't think it was the right time to make that call.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. To throw again, Jones. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Jelani Woods in the final seconds of the first half. And the Rams would extend their lead here just before halftime. And his kick is good, and flags fly as well. Some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roughing call. So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. Taken in at the 3. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
First and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
Got it. Ready?
A final shot before break. Wakefield. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Queen. And he will bring it back. It's an interception returned for a Rams touchdown.
Here we go. Here we go. Hey, hey, check that. Check that.
The final shot before break. Wakefield. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Rams going to get the football first here, and they look to build on their lead as the second half gets started. Fielded just outside the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They got to be thrilled with how they've operated so far in this one. They've got the nice lead, and now a chance to score here on 3 straight possessions.
Yeah, and the way that they are rolling, I just don't know how they get slowed down, because they certainly are operating at peak efficiency right now. They might want to think about giving some of their backups a little bit of work, though. Let some other guys get on the field and do their thing and save some of this for the next time out. Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Once again, it's Jacobs. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Off the play fake. Jones. Oh, looking for Waddle, but it's intercepted. It's Cameron Dantzler who picks it. And the Seahawks are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the third quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly aggressive? I think they just crossed it on that one.
92 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Hey, let's go!
Right back to him on 1st down. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Off play action. Wakefield. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
Well, partner, they certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
On 3rd down, Wakefield. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Queen. And the Rams are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. That one is going to sting. First play of the third quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this third quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. And you come out of the locker room trailing, so that first drive to establish momentum is very key.
Crucial.
He's got a man. It's his fullback.
Well, they've certainly spread the ball around so far, but they're definitely getting everyone involved now when you're throwing it to the fullback. It just shows how versatile this offense is and how everyone is a threat.
Jacobs going to try the middle, and he lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And some room to work. There he goes left side. And they bring this one back. It's a fumble recovery and a Seattle touchdown. So hold the phone here, Charles. I'd kind of written them off, but after that touchdown, it's certainly a long way still to go, but stranger things have happened.
Well, when you're going to have big second-half comebacks, plays like that have to be involved.
And they're going to get the two-point conversion, caught in the end zone, and that cuts the lead a bit further. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Takes it at the 7. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They're right back out there after watching the fumble go the other way. Still in control of this game, but that needs to serve as a wake-up call because they're not in the clear yet.
No, the message should be clear that fortunes can change pretty quickly when you turn the ball over. You've got to take care of it, otherwise that lead could slip away quickly.
On 2nd and 7, Jones. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. Well, a nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Off the play fake, Jones. Able to find his man, Woods. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
And he whips that one incomplete there. Zero hesitation that time. He just got it and put it out in the right flat. Unfortunately, incomplete.
Well, you know how hard these quarterbacks nowadays work on just getting the ball in their hands and making a quick decision and throwing the football. Didn't work out in this case.
To throw again on second down. Jones will swing that out wide to Jacobs. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
They'll look to throw again. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down.
He certainly did his best to find something on that run, but there just wasn't enough time to make it happen. Nice effort there, avoiding the sack and getting back to the line of scrimmage. That one certainly could have ended up worse.
They'll try and throw for it here. Got a man. It's Waddle, complete. And he is going to have the Rams first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Looking to throw. Jones. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Back to the running game with Jacobs. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play, stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Back to throw. Jones buying time to his left. Over the middle, complete. That's Jacobs. Touchdown! Josh Jacobs with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Elliott good with a PAT, and that pushes the lead up to 23.
Seahawks 15. Jake Elliott set to kick it off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. From his end zone, here comes Patterson. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks. Point in this game, Charles, if they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
To throw on second down, Wakefield. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. McCaffrey running up the middle. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. He finds his man, Sky Moore.
Come on. Hey.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Here we go.
And this offense on 3rd down today, just 1 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. Looking to throw. Wakefield. Open man Lamb. It's complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Wakefield trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second fast.
And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Josh Jacobs with career touchdown number 60. And the Rams are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Now, the PAT would extend their lead, but there is a flag on the play. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. This one fielded at the 5.
Here we go.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. And he will bring it back. It's an interception returned for a Rams touchdown. Elliott on for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Makes the score Rams 52, Seahawks 15.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This is taken just shy of the 10. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. Deron Payne breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
This game just keeps evolving and changing, doesn't it? You got a tight end who can move around a lot. Not necessarily using a big body on him. Sometimes you take a corner, a better cover guy, and put him on him and try and take him out of the game as we've seen in this one.
You're exactly right. They've taken him out of the game. That was just his first catch. Big reason they're losing right now. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there.
3 yards. It's now 4th down.
19.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. But he will be stopped behind the line as he will not come close to the marker. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And the Rams get the football in outstanding field position. They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 5 yards that time, taking it himself, and he has enough for the first. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there, and worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
Second down, Jacobs once more. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And the Seahawks are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. Now, they get a fourth quarter pick, a little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Look at this, a tight end carry. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40.
18, Rattler, 18, go!
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And it'll be a turnover on downs. They'll run right here with Jacobs. And a short gain down to about the 33. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Back to throw. Jones. That's caught. Waddle on the left side. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
That's a gain of 7. Makes it 3rd and 2.
It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. Jones out to the flat. That's caught. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29.
It's 4th down.
19 tight, 19 tight. Buffalo 18.
Jones throwing on 4th down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he'll wind up picking up about 4 as that is going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning. To throw on 2nd and 6. Jones firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Off play action. Jones. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. Now it's looking incredibly likely to be a 3-0 start to this season. That is obviously excellent. 2-0 is one thing. 3-0, you really have some momentum.
And now they're serving notice to the rest of the league that they're a pretty darn good football team. Confident, aggressive, attacking at all times. This looks like a team that you're going to have to deal with. And guess what? Behind closed doors, they're trying to figure out ways to get better.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this taken in at the goal line. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
They start on the ground with McCaffrey. Room here to run. And all the way down to the 40-yard line. A big play there from McCaffrey, 49 yards. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he's going to be brought down at about the 33-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
Off the play fake, Wakefield. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. It's Kyler Duggar who picks it. And the Seahawks are going to get the football here at their own 23. Yeah, we kind of sensed that one. He got a little too far forward before throwing, and that one will set them back.
And remember, at the NFL level, being aware of where the line of scrimmage is crucial. And here's the other part. Any part of the quarterback's body that's near that line of scrimmage, he's going to get the benefit of the doubt. So he was clearly over the line.
Maybe worse than the loss of yardage, they also lose the down. So now it's 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Jones. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
No let up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout. And actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the 3rd quarter doing the old hold up 4 fingers college sign, meaning the 4th quarter is ours. And they certainly weren't kidding.
Now Jones throwing on 4th down. And they get Jones for the 3rd time in this ball game. Picked by Cameron Bynum. And the Seahawks are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us?
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. And the Rams are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. On 1st down, they go with Jacobs again. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. That one looks like he'll throw here. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Well, when they said before the game that they were going to try and execute every second of this contest, I guess that was taken literally, because here they are in the final moments of the fourth, putting another touchdown on the board, Charles, to add to this big lead.
I'm not a big believer in 110%, but it certainly applies here, doesn't it? Because some guys just can't go with less. As long as there's time left on the clock, they're pushing to get to the end zone one more time. They don't really care about what the optics show. They just want to finish the game off the way that they like to play it. Full speed, all out.
And that final kickoff concludes the ball game, partner, and one side a really nice win in this one. They were good on offense and on defense.
And I'm guessing in the other locker room, partner, the head coach is just telling his team, hey, we didn't play well enough to keep it close enough where that one possession down the stretch might have given us an opportunity to win the game.
So for Los Angeles, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season.